Yeah, the show is, I used the title Baobo because I love the pre-Roman goddess of chaos and flashing people, which is what she was. Her biggest story is that Demeter, goddess of the harvest, was a bit sad, and so she found her in a field and flashed her, and it made her laugh. And end of the canon for Baobo. And I was always really amused by that. So I'm interested primarily in talking about the relationship between like awkwardness and lust, intimacy as specificity and lust, and also just talking about like unruly desire. I use a lot of different, very classic, neoclassical, Renaissance era and or mythological art historical references and tried to update them and remix them a little bit. Um, I recently went on vacation to Berlin with my sister, and we went to the Sanssouci Palace there. And it's like the ugliest Rococo palace you've ever seen in your life. And the Friedrich the First, who insisted upon this palace, was so pushy about making it so opulently ugly that it actually had to be like rebuilt 700 times because it didn't make any architectural sense and tried to cave in on itself. Um, I was also really interested in the idea of like opulence as accrual, opulence as almost like a disease. And that's why you see these kind of pin motifs. These are industrial pond and stone sealant, which is what you use to make an outdoor koi pond. It's very bad for you. Do not work with that stuff. I should be using a mask. I'm not. And then sewing pins that I then push into the foam. So each of these have anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 individually placed sewing pins in them. And I like the way it looks because it almost looks like jewelry, it almost looks like luxury, but then if you spend too much time with it, sometimes you get caviar, sometimes you get skin disease. Caviar and skin disease do sort of live together visually. Um, and I'm interested in obviously that motif of lust being too much, lust being hubris, lust being greed.